Hey gamers, Guilty here with another walkthrough in the Silent Hill 2 remake. This video will show you how to pass the Blue Creek apartments and its many puzzles. And this is the first level where you enter the Otherworld, a dangerous part of Silent Hill. So you're going to have many enemies that'll be more dangerous than usual, so we'll have to keep out for them. If you head in this direction, you'll grab the map for all 3 floors of the Blue Creek apartments. And this is our new enemy here, so when you kill this you don't want to be next to it because it will blow up in gas. Just like that, so make sure you stay clear. Not all of them do that, it's just the ones that look a bit rusty. So we're going to break the wall here, and I recommend using the gun throughout the whole level because it can be a bit dangerous. There are many enemies in multiple rooms. So you can always find some gun supplies and health drinks around, especially in the kitchens of the apartments. So here for example we can find some in the drawer. I'm not going to show you all the locations because they vary depending on what difficulty you're playing. But here's another health drink. And in this room there is one of those lying figures, the rotten ones, and you have a mannequin hiding around the corner too. So be very careful turning these corners. And this is a common strategy for the mannequin, so stay vigilant. And again, the kitchens are a great source of ammo and health drinks. After you gather the supplies, we're going to head this way. And in the hallway here, you'll find a door with heaps of moths trying to get in, and there's an M on the room. You'll mark it on the map when trying to enter, and you'll have to come back here once we figure out what part or puzzle we have to do. So continue through here and we can find our first save point just through this door here. And this is one of the main rooms of the level because you'll be coming back here a lot. There's a riddle here with a note, and this will change depending on what puzzle difficulty you're on, but it says Henry, Scott and Mildred. Henry stands for hour, Scott stands for second, and Mildred for minute. So it's a time thing. This is another clue, I'll talk about that later, but there's a grandfather clock we'll need to find 3 hands for, so we need the hour, minute and second hand. And the riddle will tell us which order or which direction you need to put them in. Now look on the map because you'll need to come back here a lot, so memorize it's room 212. And then you're just going to step outside, go to the left and you'll be in this room with the bed. And then we're just going to go into this room. A little jump scare happens here, so be careful, this mannequin will try to get you. It's always 3 shots to kill them on normal difficulty. And then you'll eventually come across this brick wall that's breakable. And there's a med kit right next to you as well. Always check the kitchens. Some gun ammo in the crib. You notice there's a little bug on the floor. And you'll hear that radio noise still, because there's actually an enemy just a little bit further on here. Now the ones that are crawling, I actually recommend using your wooden club to save on ammo, because it wouldn't be able to hurt you unless you stay where its corpse is when it dies. And search this apartment for supplies again, and when you're ready you can exit the window and follow the path around. You're going to go up to the 3rd floor now, and to get in here you need to jump on this and through the window. And you'll find these little corpses on the floor. They don't come alive yet, they'll only come alive later on once you pick up a few items. But another kitchen here, you can pick up plenty of supplies. And there is this enemy that will come alive, he's just further on around the corner. He'll try to spit on you. These ones are deadly from range as well. And this is optional, but if you go left here you'll find a room with more supplies. There's no key items this way, but there is an enemy, so be careful. Completely optional if you want to avoid this one though. So once you deal with that, you can enter room 303, and on the couch here it's just a little bit of ammo. Now I've skipped ahead here past many enemies, rooms and supplies, but you'll reach room 307 where another puzzle lies. And on the map this is where I am for reference. So come here and you'll notice there's this thing floating in the air. And that's got an hour hand we need, so we need to make it drop. And you'll notice there are actually some chains holding it up. And to break them, we need to flick 3 valves. Now there was an empty valve there, but we don't have the cogwheel for that yet. If you come in here, you'll be locked in here, but this is the only way to go. You're completely safe in this room, so don't worry too much. We're here on the map. So pick up this apartment key for room 306, and that is on the top left of the map on the same floor. So give this a spin and it will do a little bit of a shake, but one of the chains will be released. But be careful, there are 2 enemies here to try to ambush you. So there are plenty of health drinks and medical syringes around in this level, so you shouldn't have a problem with healing. But coming back to room 306 with the apartment key, you can use that here. And again, this is on the top right of the map. Come into this room, but be very careful because we have a lying figure. Now this is one of the rare ones that isn't Rossen, so in other words it won't blow up upon death. But behind you, another one will try to sneak up on you. And in the same room you'll find this hidden vent here where you can crawl into, and the lights will turn out, but don't worry, it's just a little jump scare again. There's a mannequin there, but he won't attack you right away. And once you cleared the apartment and picked up the supplies, you can spin this cog for the second chain to be removed. A lot of sounds will happen and the door will be unlocked so you can leave. But before leaving, we're going to grab this cog because we'll need it for that 3rd valve we saw earlier. So heading back to here on the map, we found this little bit here and we're going to insert it there, and this will lower the radio so we can get that hour hand. And there you have it, that's the first of 3 parts we need for the grandfather puzzle. Now step outside here and we'll find a lever just over the wall here. If you pull this, it will be a shortcut back to the grandfather clock. So head down here and you'll be in very familiar territory. Now with the hour hand, we can place it on the clock here. And we just need to find the correct position to put it. So hop on this little wall here and you can see the clue. The hour hand's on the top pointing to the left. So that should be the 9 on the clock. Also on the riddle, if you go by that, it's counted as Henry, as the hour hand. And if it's in the correct position, you should hear the sound. Now this was the normal puzzle difficulty. If you're on a different one, it might be a different answer. And this hour door, with the one with the H on it, it'll open for a new territory to explore. And this is another puzzle room. You'll see how it's all clean, that's about to change. So we need to find the key, and to do that, we need to do this little puzzle here. So we need to balance the right items on this, but we'll need to find the items first. If you come over here, grab whatever's in the kitchen, and we can break the wall. Hop in the hole, and then we're going to have to reach in the toilet to grab a new item, and this will be the minute hand. And if you thought this one was easy, you're right, because now we're in a different dimension again. So you'll notice everything's a bit more dark now. You can't actually go back the way you came. See, that's closed. And we've unlocked this door, and now that beautiful room you were just in is not so beautiful. But one of the items is here, so at least that's a good thing. We've got the pigeon figurine. There's an enemy to kill on the other side of the blue door, and once you do, head here and turn to the right. There's a health drink here, so pick that up. And in apartment 211, you'll find another item, but there's 2 enemies hiding. So get your gun out and be prepared, because there's a mannequin here. And then as you enter this room, you'll be blindsided by another one, so be careful there. And the shadow on the wall indicates where the item is, and it's just hidden behind the lamp, creating that shadow. Now after you get the wooden swan head, there's just one more part we need, and that's on the other side of where we turned right. So if we go back the way we came, See how we turn right at this door? Well, now we've got to turn left. And this will enter another place where we can pick up the figurine. Some ammo or health kit there. And we can enter this door here. And you'll experience this creepy whisper. Not sure what that said, but I wouldn't hang around to find out. You can find more supplies in these rooms, and eventually you'll come across this door, which you'll want to unlock first actually, because things are about to change. In this bathroom you'll find this little figure. It's a lying figure behind there, but it won't attack you. So smash the window with your gun, grab that malformed figure part, and head back to where you came from. A lot of enemies will spawn, but if you want to save ammo and health, I recommend running out of here. You won't be coming back here again, so you can leave the enemies in the dust. But then you can come back here and place all the parts that you just found. Now the pigeon goes to the left, and you'll need to combine the swan head with the malformed figure. And that'll create the new counterweight. But on the right side, you need to put it on the right position. So if you put it on the right, it'll be too heavy. But on the second notch, this will happen. And this will be the winged key. And simply use it on the door next to you, and you can finally get out of here. Now you can jump down this hole, you won't hurt your legs doing so. And this will be your first time on the first floor of the Blue Creek apartments. And you can use your map to navigate to room 109, which is next door. And this is where you'll see Angela for a second time, the same girl from the cemetery. After the cutscene, you'll receive Angela's knife and the key of resilience. And this key is used to unlock the door that was on the other side of the hallway. So go back to where you found that crack in the wall, and instead of turning left, which was that way, we're going to go this way. And we'll find the double door where we can use the key. Check for supplies in this room, and this is the second door. So we found the hour, the minute, and this is the second door. Just need to find the hand for the grandfather clock to open that up. And it's marked on the map here. And now we can continue to the right, and you'll eventually come through here. And there's a mannequin in this room, so be careful. If you work your way around, you'll find the mannequin in this door next to the staircase, just hiding. Might not always be there, it could hide in the room previous to. But he'll actually drop a little photograph for you. Now there's 26 of these in the game. I won't show you where they all are because that's not the guide I'm doing here. But maybe in the future I'll make a guide on the photographs. It doesn't actually get you any unlockables or no secret endings, just maybe an achievement. Now the door we just unlocked there gets us back on the map near the grandfather clock, and this is a map for reference. So if you look on the wall for the clue, we can finally put that minute hand where it belongs. So according to the clue, it was just on the 2. And if you get it correctly, you should unlock the next section. So if you remember, the M is a moth room that we saw before. So continue in this room, and we're going to backtrack back to that door. And this is quite a creepy room with all the moths, but this is a puzzle room as well. So before we do anything, break the wall just next to the moth painting there, because we need to prepare ourselves to find the clues for the hidden lock. So there won't be any enemies in here, so don't worry too much. And if you work your way around through this area, you'll need to move this wardrobe out of the way so we can see the painting better. Once you do that, go back to the main room and you'll find this lock on the door. Now what we need to do is count the crescent moons, the skulls, and the other eclipse symbols. So in here we can see the moth on the left has one skull, and we can faintly see 2 crescent moons on the other one. So we're going to add them all up as we find them. Here is another skull, another eclipse, and 2 moons on the wings. And then here again is 2 more eclipses. And if you go around the map counting each one, you should have 8 crescent moons, 5 eclipses, and 2 skulls. And I'll put a link in the description for them. So here we got to do 8 crescent moons minus 5 eclipses. And then we got to do 2 skulls plus 5 eclipses, which is 7. And then 5 minus 2 equals 3. So it's 373. And again, this is the standard difficulty. It may change if you're doing easy or hard. And James likes putting his arms in mysterious holes, so you know what to do here. And this will get you the second hand. And you'll hear a mysterious noise too. That's foreshadowing for what's to come. But if you head back to the grandfather clock, we've got this mystery message. It says Scott. We don't know what that means. But that's actually just a representing second. So if you go to the riddle, it makes sense from here. Henry fears Scott. He'll run from him and hide. He's fled to the west to the other side. So Henry actually is the hour hand, and we put it to the 9 to the west. So that means Scott, the second hand, needs to go to the east, which is the 3. So we're going to do that now. Perfect, and it worked. Now if you remember, use those stairs to get back on the first floor. And before you leave, in this little hidden room where the riddle was, you'll find another photograph and some ammo. Or a health drink. So we went downstairs back to the first floor, and we can put the second hand on here. This will start a cutscene and put you on a boss fight with the pyramid head. Now this guy is not one of a kind either. There's multiple pyramid heads. And he's also invincible in this boss fight, so don't bother wasting your ammo in him. All you have to do is survive for 3 minutes. But that 3 minutes could be a long 3 minutes because his sword has actually got a long reach. So make sure he doesn't even come near you. He'll get faster as the fight progresses, but once those sirens start churning, he'll enter the door there and a cutscene will play and you can escape. Now follow Pyramid Head outside the apartments and you'll be back in the streets. If you like this video, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye!